Okay, so what's really been going on? Sorry for the background. Yeah, and the angle and everything. It's just yeah. Um, so basically, also I'm on a spinny chair, and unless you have incredible self control, like you cannot sit still on a spinny chair. It is impossible. So if you don't like watching it, just don't look. Simple. So it's what's the date today? It's Sunday the 22nd of October? Something like that. So I've been out of education for about a month ish. I was supposed to be in education, but the school basically forgot um, and then changed their mind because they had then run out of time for the starting date that they had originally said. So that's a whole mess in itself. But instead, I am doing work experience, which is quite fun. I'm just dog walking for my work experience, which is going really well and I really enjoy. So, yeah. I have also moved out, as I think I've mentioned a few times. I'm having issues with my family surrounding parental responsibility, and sadly, here in the UK, there is nothing I can do about that because I am the person requiring parental responsibility. Um, so that's just something I think I have to deal with until I'm 18. If it was America, there are several things you can do, but not in the UK, which kind of sucks. Um, so, yeah. At the moment, my communication with my family is very much needs must, and it's challenging. I'm not gonna lie, it's quite challenging. Um, I'm at that sort of age where you start realizing all of the different things that your parents may have done, which you feel it also goes backwards and forwards, the chair. So, yeah, anyway, that you feel weren't the best things to do and could have been prevented and could have resulted in you being a much better person or having significantly more opportunities in life. Um, I also found out some pretty mind altering information about my heritage, my immediate heritage, right before my GCSE exams, which was not ideal, which I don't think I'll ever really come to terms with, but hopefully one day in like 2 years' time, when I'm free of that pesky parental responsibility, I will probably share everything that's going on. And whilst I intended to be able to share everything that was going on as soon as possible, to help other people and also as almost a video diary for myself, that's not really appropriate considering the openness of the internet. So yeah, it's it's hard. It's hard because I need to get stuff off my chest. I need to talk things through, and I might just end up filming videos and not posting them. But I also don't want those things around and able to find, um, just because of the repercussions that could take place on me myself personally, and also the most important people around me. Um, yeah, I yeah, I think if anything, my experiences have taught me that whilst children and young people might not always perceive and experience the same way as an adult, or someone with more experiences, they're still valid. Those views are still valid. And the way that I've been treated by a lot of people, in a lot of different situations, from everything from trying to get myself a pet to hospitals, has been, even though I'm 16 and I've moved out and I am financially independent, I'm still treated like a child. And I'm not saying that I know everything or that I have the whole world figured out, just that I have the ability to make decisions about my own life. I'm thinking about doing a story time relating to my trip to the hospital recently, which is why my eye is a bit dodgy. I don't know how well it's picking up whatever on camera, but yeah, I had to have an eye up. I want to do a story time about that, but some of the things I have to say, if they get back to certain people, that could mean some potentially difficult situations, and we all just want an easy life at the end of the day, I think. I'm just gonna grab some water. Potentially a full story time situation coming out on the matter, but I don't know if people know this, but in the UK, as someone who is 16, I'm able to consent to a surgery, which I did, but I'm not able to consent to leaving that hospital, even with someone over the age of 18, if that person hasn't been approved by my parent, or rather the person with parental responsibility. But also, I can't enter into any kind of arrangement that I've been able to find without that parent who has without that person with parental responsibility consenting. I'm unable to relinquish their hold on me, so to speak. So we have a neighbour, and he has some severe learning difficulties, and he just made some noise next door, so I was just listening to check he's alright. I think he is. What was I saying? Right, there's no way for me to get rid of the parental responsibility over myself without going through the courts, which is a lengthy measure, and by the time I turn 18, that would finally be finalised by the looks of things. So it wouldn't make any immediate changes to my situation, which seems quite bizarre to me, that I would have to wait such a long time, and I would have to then put that parental responsibility onto another individual, which is again not ideal for me in my situation, because, as I've said, I'm quite an independent person, and at this point I'm very used to operating by myself, doing what I want, going where I want, paying for my own things as I wish. And things like, we've looked into private fostering, which doesn't seem to be a thing in my local area, but is in the local area where the person who has parental responsibility over me lives. So I don't understand how we're supposed to do that. So it's all a bit of a mess, basically. And one day I'm sure I will get billions of views for my stories. or at least a best-selling novel. But at this moment, I don't feel 100% comfortable sharing the sort of the things that have been going on over the last couple of months. A lot of the school related stuff also also ties back to a lot of the situations that I would prefer not to say right now. But there is one story that I can think of which I definitely think that I will be sharing and will probably film after I've finished filming this one. But yeah, it's hard being a teenager, you know, it's hard. And in the position that I'm in at the moment, I'm basically quite isolated. I left the school where I'd been living for 4 years, and even though the people there, some of them I wasn't particularly fond of, I saw them every day for 4 years, and I had routines and things that I'd been doing for 4 years, and it's quite strange that that's now all gone. And I it, I'm not seeing a lot of people at the moment, which I would rather not be seeing a lot of people than be seeing a lot of people who make me unhappy. But it is, you know, it's not the easiest thing to just be living with one person and seeing that one person every day, all day. And I want to be back in school, but it's not quite working the way that it was supposed to because of this local school, which is seemingly the best place, basically forgetting about me. But yeah, any questions, leave them below, I guess, and I'll see you in the next one.